Some monsters are born, others are made. Whether through desperation, ambition, madness, or sacrifice, these characters crossed a line they could never return from. Today we're counting down 10 video game characters who became monsters, and not all of them lost their humanity in the same way. Number 10. Sometimes the greatest monster isn't the one with claws or fangs. Sometimes it's the person staring back from the mirror after a lifetime of terrible choices. That idea perfectly described the Nameless one from Planescape, Torment. Unlike the others on this list, his body isn't twisted into a beast. Instead, countless lifetimes have twisted his soul. Every death erased his memory, but not the consequences of what he had done. Kingdoms suffered. Innocent people died, and entire lives were ruined because of decisions made by earlier versions of himself. As he uncovers his forgotten past, he realizes that the greatest monster he must defeat isn't some ancient evil, it's the person he used to be. His journey proves that becoming a monster doesn't always mean growing, teeth or claws. Sometimes it means losing your morality, that's it. Number 9. Two sisters dreamed of fixing a broken world. Instead, their reunion created something far worse than either of them imagined. Those sisters are Icara and Leandra from Divinity Original Sin, my favorite game. Their story is one of tragedy, betrayal, and forbidden source magic. As events spiral out of control, the sisters ultimately merge together into a grotesque abomination. The transformation isn't just physical, it's the collapse of two identities into one unstable creature driven by overwhelming magical power. It's a disturbing reminder that even love between family can become monstrous when corrupted by obsession. Obsession is a bad thing. Number 8. Sometimes all it takes to destroy a legend is a single disease. That legend is Starscourge Radahn from Elden Ring, my favorite game also. Once celebrated as the mightiest general in the lands between, Radahn learned gravity magic simply so he could continue riding his beloved horse despite the enormous size. But then came the Scarlet Rot and Melania. The disease didn't simply weaken him after the fight, it consumed his body, shattered his mind, and reduced one of history's greatest warriors into a savage beast wandering an endless battlefield. Even so, fragments of the man he once was remain. He still protects his tiny horse, making his fall all the more heartbreaking. Number 7. Power doesn't always mutate your body. Sometimes it mutates your soul. Few villains demonstrate that better than Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2. Jack truly believes he's the hero. That belief allows him to justify torture, murder, betrayal, and the destruction of anyone standing in his way. The frightening part isn't that he's evil, it's that he honestly thinks he's saving the world. His greatest transformation isn't physical, it's psychological, the only one in this list. His ego grows so enormous that compassion simply disappears, leaving behind the monster wearing a human face. Number 6. Sometimes surviving your mistakes is far more painful than dying because of them. That's exactly what happened to Lady Maria from Bloodborne: The Old Hunters. Maria participated in horrific experiments connected to the fishing hamlet and witnessed humanity descend into nightmare. Overwhelmed by guilt, she abandoned the weapon she once mastered and desperately tried to distance herself from the horrors she helped create. Although she never transforms into a beast herself, the emotional scars consume her completely. She becomes a tragic symbol of how guilt alone can turn someone into a different kind of monster. And by the way, if you've enjoyed this video so far, subscribe to my channel, it's a big help. Thanks. Number 5. Fighting monsters every day comes with a terrible risk. You might eventually become one yourself. That fate belongs to Talion from Middle-earth's Shadow of War. Driven by revenge and duty, Talion keeps sacrificing pieces of himself to hold back darkness. Each victory demands another sacrifice. Eventually, he accepts one ring of power after another until the corruption becomes impossible to resist. His reward for saving countless lives? An eternity as one of the Nazgul. Sometimes the greatest heroes fall the hardest. Number 4. A wedding is supposed to begin a new life. For one unfortunate bride, it marked the end of her humanity. This unforgettable encounter comes from Dead Island 2. Instead of celebrating with family and friends, the bride is transformed into one of the infected after the zombie outbreak tears through Los Angeles. Still dressed for the happiest day of her life, she becomes a horrifying reminder of how quickly ordinary people can become monsters. It's one of those moments that mixes horror with tragedy, making the encounter surprisingly memorable despite its simplicity. Number 3. Heroes don't usually expect their greatest victory to become their greatest curse. That's the story of Ludwig from Bloodborne also. As the first hunter of the Healing Church, Ludwig inspired generations to fight the beasts terrorizing Yarna. But endless exposure to blood and violence slowly corrupted him. Eventually, the legendary hunter transforms into one of the most horrifying creatures in the entire game. His boss fight becomes unforgettable because for a brief moment, Ludwig remembers who he used to be before slipping back into madness. It's one of gaming's most tragic transformation, by the way. Number 2. Some people become monsters because they choose evil. Others never really get a choice. That describes Walter Sullivan from Silent Hill 4, The Room. Abandoned as an infant and manipulated by horrifying beliefs, Walter grows up convinced he must complete a ritual, let's say, involving 21 murders. Death doesn't stop him. Instead, it allows him to continue the ritual as a supernatural force haunting both the living and the dead. His story blurs the line between victim and monster. I cannot actually decide which one, making him one of Silent Hill's most disturbing characters. And number 1. Imagine waking up to discover you're no longer human, and every new power pushes you even further away from who you once were. That nightmare belongs to? Yes, Alex Mercer from Prototype. Infected by the Black Light virus, Alex gains incredible abilities, shape-shifting, super strength, regeneration, and the power to consume other people and absorb their memories. At first, these abilities seem like gifts, but every person he consumes chips away at whatever humanity remains. Soon, Alex isn't simply fighting monsters, he has become the most dangerous one of all. His transformation perfectly captures the central idea behind this list. Sometimes the line between hero and monster disappears entirely. If you enjoyed seeing how these characters became monsters, you'll love my previous video, 10 video game characters who had every reason to become villains. It's the perfect companion to this one. Check it out next, and if you enjoyed this countdown, please subscribe to my channel. It's a very good and big help. Thanks, and thank you for staying with me in that video. Take care and farewell.